Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring the crystal Amethyst. Amethyst is a purple variety of quartz which owes its colour to iron. And you can get amethyst in all shades of purple, from the lightest amethyst such as my pendant here to a kind of medium purple, and even to my dark ring, so any of those shades of purple. Now if you haven't got an amethyst yet and you're interested in crystals, then what's wrong with you? It's one of the first crystals that everyone should have. It helps you to relax, to contemplate what else there is to life, and it helps you to open up that crown chakra and start you along your spiritual journey. So it's a really good crystal for anyone who's starting to just explore what their spiritual life is and start wandering down that path. Do you remember what your first ever crystal that you bought was? For me, it was an amethyst, and for many people it seems to be the same. Amethyst is one of those great crystals that just encourages you to stop, to slow down and think for a moment. And it's almost when we buy our first amethyst, there's some part of us, even a part that we don't recognize, that knows that there's more to life than this rat race, than trying to keep up with everyone else and just going to work over and over and just living life pointlessly. And it's almost as though the amethyst comes into our life at a time when we're ready to slow down, to stop, and to think what else is there. Amethyst is really good for activating the crown chakra, and as we activate our crown chakra, as that becomes more balanced and open, what happens is we start to discover what is our real purpose in life, what makes us happy. We start to see the perfection in everything that happens, and we also start to see the beauty even in the ugly. So this is a really great crystal to work with. I also really like to grid it around the home to create a blissful kind of environment. Place it in different spots around the home, and if you want to make a bit of a grid, you can pop some clear quartz points in a spiral, and that will send out waves of blissful energy around the home and make your home a spiritual sanctuary. It's also really good to think about what makes you feel blissful, what makes you happy, what really feeds your soul. Maybe it's a massage, maybe it's reading, maybe it's bushwalking, or going and seeing animals, bird watching, or something like that. Take your amethyst with you as you go and do these activities, and then after that activity is finished, the amethyst will hold that energy and continue that blissful state as you go throughout the rest of your day. Not only is amethyst valuable during the day, but it's very great at night. And this is one of the few crystals that I would invite into the bedroom when you want to have a sound night's sleep. So you can have just a small cluster by your bedside table, or just a little tumbled stone, and pop that in your pillow. It's really good to stop those extra thoughts that are running through your mind, or anything that stops you from having a great night's sleep. Now if you're really worried and it's anxiety or stress that is keeping you up at night, then what I'd recommend doing is going outside for a few minutes and just sitting there with your amethyst and treating it like a worry stone. Treat it like a dear friend and tell it your worries, actually out loud or in your head, but in clear, concise sentences like you're having a conversation. And then leave that amethyst outside to cleanse overnight, and then pop a second one in your room. A little note on putting crystals in your room. I often teach about putting crystals in the bedroom, and I have absolutely none in my room apart from a selenite in the corner. The reason being is a lot of people love to bring all their crystals into their room, but all these crystals are like individuals and they'll tend to keep you up. One of the biggest ones that seems to be a culprit is clear quartz, especially in the bedroom around the full moon. So if you're having problems sleeping, amethyst or selenite are good ones to have in your room, but it may be a good idea to look at taking all the rest out, especially your clear quartz. Some people I find are fine with clear quartz in their bedroom, especially around the full moon, but a lot of people have issues with it. So just one thing to try. There's a beautiful myth about how amethyst gained its colour. Once upon a time there was a beautiful girl called Amethystus, and she caught the eye of the god of wine and wild parties, who was Dionysus. Now he loved to party, he loved his women, he loved his men, he just loved having a good time. He wouldn't just be partying these days on a Saturday or a Friday, he'd be partying on a Tuesday as well. And he decided, I want that woman. So he started to pursue this lovely, gorgeous maiden, but she wasn't interested in him at all. And the more she refused, the more he became interested. And she started to get worried about protecting her chastity, so she prayed to the other gods. The only way they could save her was they turned her into white quartz. And Dionysus, who loved his wine, when he found out that she'd been turned into a quartz statue, fell upon the statue and cried and cried and cried, so upset at his loss and that he never got to have what he truly desired. And because he was so drunk from drinking so much red wine, his tears were actually purple, and they stained the stone. So that's a bit of a legend on why amethyst gained its colour, and this comes into its properties as well. Amethyst has long been regarded as a stone of sobriety. Sometimes people would drink out of amethyst chalices or wear an amethyst ring, so when they were drinking they remained in control and kept their dignity. And even to this day it's a really powerful empowerment amulet for alcoholics or people that suffer addictions. It's really good for any of us when we become overly obsessed with something and forget about that balanced kind of state. So amethyst can really help you to keep your balance and to find wisdom. Amethyst is a crystal of spiritual guidance and allows you to connect with either your innate inner guidance, your spirit guides or your guardian angels, or you may want to call upon different deities or beings such as the Ascended Master Saint Germain, who's associated with the violet flame, and amethyst being of that violet colour is very much connected to the violet flame, the flame of transformation. Or another great goddess is Athena, who was known as a goddess of war, but war was always her last resort, and she'd always try and find a wise way to find a win-win situation and would never actually just go to war for the hell of it because she was aggressive or anything like that. All of these different beings, or even just your innate guidance or your inner god or goddess, can really guide you through your life path. And by simply grabbing your amethyst, because of that tendency for you to slow down, to stop, relax and to listen, it allows you to connect and find that guidance. So if there's anything in your life that you're feeling a bit perplexed about, that is crazy and you're looking for answers, then amethyst is a great crystal to work with. Just sit outside. Give yourself that time to rest, to think, to allow your mind and your emotions and everything else to find its balance again. And as you call upon that guidance, it'll come as soon as you're ready to hear it. When it comes to cleansing my amethyst, I use a nice, soft, gentle energy. So the night of the full moon is a classic night to put your amethyst outside, or cleansing it with a natural source of water. When I'm using my amethyst, I also call on one of my favourite guides, the owl. She is considered to be one of the wisest animals in the animal kingdom because of her ability to be silent and to simply observe. She's able in the darkest of nights to find nourishment for herself and her young. So when you're feeling lost, when you're needing guidance, owl guides you on how just to be silent, to listen, and to find your path. So owl is a really great guide to work with when you need that guidance, and because amethyst is associated with spiritual guidance and opening up your spiritual path, then these two work really well together. So hold your amethyst, close your eyes and visualize and sense owl there. Talk with owl, interact with owl in your meditations and feel owl around you as you go about your day. Now, although many people may say lavender is the obvious plant to put with amethyst, I find that there's an even better one, and that's mulberry. The mulberry tree is associated with wisdom. The wood of the mulberry tree is very protective, whereas either eating the berries or drinking mulberry tea can help you to actually find wisdom and to think clearly. There's also mulberry flower essence which you can get hold of, and when you take a course of that over a period of time, it helps you to find balance and love in your life, and when we're balanced we're able to think clearer and make more wise decisions. Now astrologically, there are two astrological bodies that I really like to use with amethyst. The first one is Pallas Athena, an asteroid that's in the main asteroid belt of our solar system. Pallas Athena, of course, is linked to Athena, the goddess that I referred to before, and allows us to find wise and diplomatic solutions that are win-win solutions for any problems that we're facing in our life. And then Jupiter, the planet of expansion, about spiritual growth, is really powerful and linked to amethyst as well. Now Jupiter rules the day Thursday. So Thursday is the power day for amethyst and a great day to work with your amethyst, to meditate, to do any spell casting or any magic or creative visualizations, or however you like to work with your amethyst. I'm sure all of you watching this video have got an amethyst at home. If it wasn't your first, it would have been probably one of the first crystals that you got because of its such beautiful, violet, gentle, blissful energy. I would love to hear how amethyst has changed your life. So please leave a comment in the section below. And one final tip, if you ever find that you're getting a little bit sleepy during the day, then amethyst might not be the right crystal for you to wear. Sometimes it's better to just wear at night or when we need to calm down, because it does encourage us to slow down. I'm Barralet. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Blessed be.